Good morning everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me this morning. Just a couple of things before I start today's card. I have a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. In there you'll find all the cards that I do at my workshops and classes. I hold regular classes and workshops here at my home. Every couple of weeks. The workshops are all on the first weeks of the month and the classes are on the third week of the month. They also do fun fold classes as well. Quite a variety of different cards to do. I've also got a Facebook group called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. In there you will find in the Files tab all the PDFs for these cards as well as my live videos that I do on a Saturday morning in that group. As I mentioned, I'm in Brisbane, so it will be Australian Eastern Standard Time that I do it on a Saturday at 10 a.m. in the morning. I have a lot of ladies on watching from all over the place. And the videos, and I pin the videos to the, or I post the videos into that group as well. But the PDFs for all of these is in the Files tab in that group. In the Featured tab, you'll find the replays of my Saturday morning videos, so you can watch those back as well. If you're watching today for the first time, my channel is called Creative Gems. Love you to subscribe if you're a regular that watches every week. Thank you for watching and thank you for putting up with my mistakes and whatever I do. But I love what I do, so hopefully we'll get along fine today. I'll just put that aside for now. The card we're doing today, when I get my instruction bits out, which I've put stuff all over the place, it's called a Wiper Fun Fold card. As you can see, this is the second one I did. These are all in the new papers in the mini catalogue. So that one goes like so, and this one here is another patterned paper from the current mini catalogue that's went live in January, beginning of January. So that's the cards we're doing. I'll just show you the papers that I've used in these two. This one here is the Floral Delight Designer Series paper, and I'm not normally a yellow person, but I do love this paper. Lots of pretty patterns in here. I've already used this for a class last week. So, and the ladies love that paper as well. So that's the paper out of that one. There is a stamp set and dies that go with that. And ribbon and embellishments. The other paper that I used for this one here, it's called Wildflower Birthday. And it's a specialty paper because it's got all these gold accents in it. Very pretty paper. It's to do with mostly birthdays. Lovely back patterns on the pages and all gold accents. Some quite subtle. I really do like that gold checkered pattern. These here are really pretty. Some of the dies in this do cut out. I think I'm not sure. I haven't tried cutting out the embellishments or the patterns in that. But there are sheets here that already pop out pieces that pop out of the holder part. So there's a little cupcake there. All of those pop out. I've usually, once I've pulled them out enough, I put them into a little case so that they don't all get tangled up in each other. There's a nice set of balloons there. So they're all ready cut out and ready to pop on your cards. Very pretty paper, that one. And then the paper I'm using today, I'll show you in a minute. I'll just go through all the pieces with you as well. We'll put these two aside for now, and I shall give you the measurements to start with. These are the pieces you will need, and I'll show you what I'm going to use in the way of decoration and embellishments. I didn't get any. I'll get some out in a minute for the embellishments for this one. I didn't get them out just yet. So the materials you'll need, this is the wiper part of the not the wiper part, the main base part at the back. It's 5 3/4 by 5 1/2. I have added an extra card base to the back of that, but I'm referring to this piece here as the main card base, which is that piece there. I'll give you the scoring for that in a minute. And then the lower front piece, which is the narrower section on there, that one there, it's 5 3/4 by 2 3/4. Scoring we'll do on that in a minute. Then this piece here is the extra piece that I've added, and I've scored it in half. It measures 11 inches by 4 1/4, and I've already scored that one, but we'll go through that in a minute. The inside basic white, which is in here, inside for you to write on. I've stamped this down here, but I have got a piece of design series paper that I'm going to put down on the inside of that. It's 5 1/4 by 4. Then the DSP, oh, that's the inside piece. That's this longer piece. There's two the same. Actually, they're all the same, but those two go inside, and I think that's 1/2 inch wide. I'll just double check that when I find my ruler. I did have it out. Here it is. Yeah, that's 1/2 inch wide, so that's going onto this piece here. I'm just going to pop it down that side there. You can leave that off. That's why I've put that as optional. My wiper mechanism is 2 inches by 1/2 inch. That's that piece there. I'll get to that in a minute. There's a little bit of folding to do on both of these, or cutting on that one and folding on this one. And this piece is 1 3/4 by 5/8. And I'll show you what we do with that piece as well. The DSP Back Section, 5 1/4 by 4. I'll show you the paper for this in a minute. It's this celebration paper, and I've used the motley sort of background, and I've stamped on it with one of the stamp sets that we got as well, the butterfly stamp set. Back here, Back Section, 5 1/4 by 4. That's that one there. And then the two pieces that go down the sides of that, I'm going to reverse the pattern. As I did on this one, I reversed the pattern on these side pieces here, but this one on here, I did the same pattern as the main pattern. So there's two different styles there. They're 5 1/4 by 5/8, and you'll need 2 of those. And DSP lower front, which is this piece here, 4 inches by 2 1/2. That goes down the bottom, and then the little side pieces on that are 2 1/2 by 5/8 of an inch. And you've got to, and I'm going to use that flowery pattern as well on that. And then some scrap cardstock to decorate, and some embellishments. I'll get my embellishments out in a minute when we get to that piece. Now the paper I'm using today is this one here. It's the Bloom Impressions. It's a celebration paper in Australia. For every $100 you spend, you can get a pack of this paper for free. So you earn that, and it's got, oh, I've cut this up quite a bit. I've got another pack there that I've bought since I got the first pack. Very pretty patterns in that. Love flowers. I'm always a flowery person and a butterfly person. So I have used butterflies today. I'll show you the embellishments or the decorations. I'm using this stamp set here. Beautiful Butterflies, it's called. It's got lots of lovely greetings on there, and also the lovely dies that go with it. So I've used quite a bit of those. That's that one. So I've cut them all, I've prepped them all, and this paper here I've used as the backing or the front, whichever you choose, on the butterflies, and it's Pastel Ombre Glimmer. I think it's an online exclusive one. It's not, I'm pretty sure it's not in the catalogue. It's an online exclusive. It's got some really pretty papers. I'll just show you the colours in here. And I thought it went nicely with the colours on that celebration paper. And you can see it's ombre. It comes here from a peachy colour right through to the purpley colour. And then you've got the blues there. And then like a limey green to a lemon yellow. There's 2 sheets of each. It's only 6 sheets in the pack, but it's really pretty. Oh, now that's the second one of the first one I showed you. So I've cut my parts of my butterflies out with that one. And that's those. We'll get to those in a minute. That is all. These measurements will be in the description box of my video today. Got a bit of ink on the thing there. I'll just wipe that off so it doesn't go all over something else. And also the full PDF with instructions, and I'll show you what I do, how I do my PDF. I've got little diagrams here. It's mainly this mechanism piece that you might struggle with. It's not too difficult if you follow my wording and my little pictures there. It's not too hard to do. I've done a couple now, so I think I know what we're doing. Hopefully we'll get it right. So we'll start with our scoring. And we've got this main piece first, and we're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. This is the bigger piece of the two of the main card. 3/4 and 1.5 on the long side. So that's the 5 3/4 inch side. This is 5.5 this way. So you're scoring on the long side. And then the same with the other piece, scoring on the long side at 3/4 and 1.5. So that's those two. And then that main back base is scored at 5.5. It's 11 inches long, so just score it in half at 5.5 on the long side. That's all of that scoring done. So we can give that a fold. We'll get back to this back bit later. I'll just get my bone folder. Give that a good burnish. We'll get back to that in a minute. These ones here, this main one, the bigger one of the two, you're going to fold from this this edge over where the 2 score lines are, and you want a mountain fold, which will create there, and then a valley fold. Doesn't matter if you fold it the wrong way to start with, because you can go back and fold it again. Now I'm going to fold it again anyway, because it just gives you, it breaks down those fibres a little bit more, and it makes it sit nice and flat for you. So go both ways when you're burnishing it. But you will need, it'll look like that. So you've got your mountain and then your valley, and that will sit on that side. That's what it looks like for that. And this one here will go from this side, and it goes into an opposite valley first and then a mountain. So it's opposite to the other one, but we'll go both ways again, like so. And put it back where it was. So this one we end up with a valley, excuse me, a valley and then a mountain. So that those two sit together like that. And I can see my cut line there, so I'm just going to burnish that out a little bit. And it sits like so. Now we can put the DSP on these. So I've got this piece here. I only stamped the top of this because you're not going to see down here, so it wasn't any point in stamping it all the way down. The little dotty stamp that I used, and I stamped off with Blackberry Bliss. It's this little one in here, in the Beautiful Butterflies stamp set. It's nice and handy for putting a little bit of accent on your cards. I'm looking for my glue, and I know where it is, but I'm just looking in the wrong spot. Just take that little bit of stuff off there, and I'm going to use the subtle side, what I call the subtle side, as my background, because I don't want something busy behind all my pieces. And I've got the dots to the top. Just remember, the main piece, your fold lines are on your right when you put your paper on. And then these two strips down here, which are these two here, I'm going to reverse it. I'm just going to burnish out I can see where I've cut that. When you cut on the opposites and you want to use the opposite side, just run your bone folder over and it takes that cut line off, because you usually get that rugged edge along where you've cut it, and it doesn't look so nice. So just run your bone folder across it and it will flatten it down for you. So that one's going down in here. They're both the same size. Just gives a little bit of accent, and I'm not decorating anything over that side, so it doesn't matter that it's got the flowers on it. And the same with this one. I hope everyone had a lovely Christmas, New Year. We're almost to the end of January, or well, halfway through January already, which is, I can't believe how fast time goes. But I'm always busy, so I suppose it has to go quickly when you're busy. So that's that one. And then this one here is the same, but smaller pieces, and I've decorated the whole front of this one and using the subtle side upwards. I should have my silicone mat down, but I'm trying not to put glue everywhere. So that one will go on there. And that's stamped with the same as that one there. And then we've got these two smaller pieces to go on the sides. I think I cut them the correct way because they're not showing with the cut edges. I'll put that one on that side. The mechanism piece is the only piece that it's a little bit fiddly, but I'm sure you'll get it right. It's not too difficult to understand compared to some mechanisms I've tried on cards, and I just don't seem to get them right. So we sort of start again on something else. Move that one up a fraction, up there, and that one up there. So that's those two, and you'll see they'll fit together like that when they're finished. I'll just have a mouthful of water. I went away on holidays and I came back with a croaky voice and I just can't seem to shake it. Now these mechanism pieces, we'll do those next. So, and as you can see, I've got little photos here of just in a bold colour that you can see quite well, and it shows you how to fold and assemble the mechanism pieces. So you want this wider piece first. It's wider and shorter. This is the stand-up piece that'll go up that way, where you put your little thing that swings backwards and forwards. So you'll want the wider piece first. And what we're going to do, I'm just going to freehand. I will get a stylus. I've tried this just in here. Just need to sort of give it a bit of a, I think that's going on that corner. Just going to give it a little bit of a push to start, because I want the fold. You don't have to do that, but what we're doing, we're getting this cut line here, fold it down, and it will be parallel with the bottom of your, or the top, now that I've turned it around. You just need to get it into that corner. It takes a little bit of maneuvering. I couldn't think of if you use your stylus or some sort of tool, it needs to be parallel with the bottom, or pretty much parallel. You won't see this, so if it's not perfect, don't fret too much. It'll work out. And then the same on this side. So we're going from that bottom corner, folding it across and parallel with the bottom of the little piece of card. If you hold that there, you can push that down into place. That one went better than the other side. And you end up with a shape like that. I don't know what shape that's called, but that's how it ends up. And it's going to go this way on your card. So it's like that. So just folding your two from the points, fold them up parallel with that longer cut side. So you've got a longer side here and a shorter side at the bottom. Now we're going to flip this over. You'll need your score lines on the right hand side, and this here, it's going to go parallel with the top of the card, but just down a fraction. It's going to go, and I'll show you. I did have a little sample piece here that I did just as a practice. We'll get it this way. So it ends up, that's already stuck down. So it's parallel with that, and it goes, the point goes to that first score line, if I remember rightly. Oh no, yep, we'll get it right. This point here is going to this first score line. I'll just double check on this card because I can see in here. I've got it written here correctly. Hold each on the diagonal, and then I've got a picture here with it. The longer side facing across the angle cut slot inside the section as shown. So it goes to this. It goes to this first score line, and just a fraction down from the top outside edge of the card. If you put it flush with the top and it's a little bit out, it sticks up over the top. You don't want to see it. And the point here goes right to that score line there, not over it, but just on it. And you can just hold that there and then get your glue, which we'll do this way. So you'll need glue on the top section of this little, just that little angled piece there. You're putting a bit of glue like so, and it goes point to that second score line in. I'll just double check. I'll just show, yes, I'm right. I just didn't want to do it and tell you the wrong thing. So it's going, the point there going right up against that score line there. Then bring those two pieces across, one on top of the other, and give it a good press down. So the mechanism is going to sit underneath there. I hope that makes sense. Just hold it for a second for the glue. You could use tape in there, but I prefer, because you can get a bit of extra glue in there as well. Just takes a second to dry. We don't need that anymore. So that should be right. So as you can see, I'll just wipe away that little bit of glue, and we'll straighten that up a little bit. Actually, it's fine the way it is. So now we want this piece folded, the whole lot folded out flat. I didn't get that very straight. I might just see if I can lift it up a little bit. It's not real straight there, but it's going to have to stay there. It's not impeding on anything. So fold that out flat like that. Now I'm going to mark this because this piece here has to be cut. So if you put that, what I did was put that there and mark it. Well, I just tell you how I marked it now. There. So I laid it with the little triangle piece closed down shut. Put this piece on top of it so that that point there is in the corner, and we're just going to draw a pencil line across there from there because that's the angle we want to cut. Just on one end we're cutting. Then get your scissors and cut that off. So you end up with that point like that. Then that will slide back in there. Just make sure that's fairly straight, even if it's not down flush in the bottom. And we're going to put glue on this side, on the underside of that other triangle piece in there. And then hold that down as close to the score line as you can, and nice and parallel here with your base, and push that shut there. And I'll show you in a minute how it all works once we get the pieces on. hold that nice and firm. So long as this is fairly parallel, I've got glue on my fingers. You won't see any of that. Don't know why I've got so much glue there. So that is that. And you'll see it'll work. This comes back like this, so that ends up pointing up that way. When you glue this in here, so when it's opened out flat, it disappears, but when you close it shut, because that'll be glued down at the sides, it pushes this little lever up. So pull it out and it goes down, and pull it up, and then it sits up. So I'm going to put some decoration on that little I'm going to glue this in first, because the last one I did, I glued the thing on there and it was sort of a bit big putting it in there. So I'm going to glue those two bits down first. See how that works. I've done them all different actually, I think. So glue on this underside of this short piece here, parallel with the side edge of the card and with the bottom. So if you hold it up and line it up like that, put your fingers on the edges so that they all nicely line up in the corner, and that's one side down. And then this other side, what I did, I folded that across and I marked this with a pencil on this underside piece so that I don't put glue above that pencil line. And then I'm going to put glue on this outer section of the main piece here. I'm using a fair bit of glue, so make sure it will stay stuck. You could use tape on this. So this one here, you're going to close it shut, pull that across so it's parallel with the edge. It should automatically pull it across like so and stick it down. Just give it a press until it takes, like so. Got a little bit sticking out there. I'm just going to trim that little bit. It was a little bit wide, I think, the piece underneath. I'm just trimming that off a little bit there. Tidy it up. That looks better. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this big butterfly down here. Then I've got this little one here to sit on top of that mechanism, but I'm going to snip off a bit of the mechanism because it's up a bit, it's sticking up a little bit high for what I want. I'll cut a bit at a time. You can make this piece as long or as short as you like. Just going to cut that much off, and then I'm going to put this piece on here. That's better, and you won't see the mechanism. So I'm just going to put some glue on that mechanism piece there. The last one I did, that yellow one, the flower that I put on this mechanism was a little bit big. I'm going to tilt him a little bit, and it kept catching. These leaves were sticking out, and when I closed it, the leaves were sticking out the bottom here, so I ended up trimming them, shaping them around. Then this one here was catching on there, so I trimmed that around. It was a bit of a nuisance because it's hard to judge until you put it together whether it's going to catch or not. So that one there, he works okay. And now this one here, I'm not sure which side I'm going to put. I know he's going down there. I might put that one over this side. It seems more central. And I've got this little happy birthday. I can put it up on dimensionals. I'm putting the other two butterflies, or these two, flat. Just see what, I'm not sure which way I want to put it. See, when that closes, he's better off the other side. I'm just going to glue him down flat. You could put any bits up on dimensionals. It's not going to interfere with your card. I'm going to put this one up in this corner, over as far as you'll go. And then his opposite side to that one. This one here is going like so. I'm going to tilt him a little bit. I'm just going to put some glue down the centre. I'll keep it all flat because it's quite thick anyway on the card, all the pieces. I like my butterflies tilted. That's that one. And this can go up on dimensionals. We'll end up with, he'll cover part of the button. Actually, that's where I was going to put it, down there. We shall do that. And I can put that up on, now I'll put it flat again because I've got enough bulk in there. But I will put it down on my big butterfly, because you can still see that it's a butterfly and he doesn't quite fit. I should have done a little round happy birthday up there, but that's all right. You learn as you go. I didn't sort of lay it out properly. I just cut some pieces, but that looks all right. And it goes like so, popping up. Then this back piece here, we've got our white piece and our strip. I'm going to put the flowery piece inside as well. This strip is optional if you don't want to put, you could stamp a greeting inside if you wish, or stamp, just leave it blank if you wish. I usually, if I can't think of something to stamp, I usually put a strip of DSP. It ties it in with the front of the card then. So we'll put that piece in there, and that's the inside. Nice and straight. And then this whole front piece sits on this piece. So all I'm going to do is put glue all over the back of this piece. Make sure it sticks down. Make sure we've got it up the right way. And that fits perfectly onto that. So if you hold it up, it's easier to get it straight. Just run your corners around. So it's all nice and even. I'll get some embellishments out. There are some new fine, I'll tell you the name of them in a minute. I'll get them. It's a celebration item that I got. Some of the celebration items, they're hard to find in the catalogue because they're hidden. There's a ribbon that you wouldn't probably normally see. This is all my celebration stuff. I think I've got a pack of this opened. This is all my celebration and mini catalogue embellishments. So these are the purple adhesive back sequins, and they're a celebration item. So I'm going to use some of those. I might use these lighter ones here. Some of them look pink to me, not purple, and there are some that are white. So I don't know how they get that. They're purple. They've got bits of all sorts of colours in this one. This one's the pinkish one. This one's got purple, and this one's a deeper purple. Actually, I should use this one, I think, because it shows up a bit better. Just going to put some on the butterflies. We'll do one here. I've got a couple of packs of these. And one up here. My pick tool. This is a special pick tool my crafting buddy bought for me. It's really pretty. And a couple on there. We'll do a couple around on the card. Because they're a free item, you can be a bit generous. I'll do that one up here. No, that doesn't look right there. And that is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that and hope you give it a go. I like that one best out of a lot of them. It's cute the way it sits up. And we have that one, and we have that one. All done. It doesn't take too long. Once you cut all your pieces, your mechanism is the only little bit, but just keep going, replaying the video, and you'll see where the pieces go. And thanks for watching again today. I hope you all have a lovely week, and I'll catch you all again next Monday. Bye for now.